Here we are, back in Mittenrahm, in the region of Noresor. You can see I've progressed a little. Start by taking a look at the finishing of the village. You can see the road has now been done properly. I'm still considering this extension. I think I finally hit on the idea that it wouldn't actually be connected to the building. I thought that was probably maybe what was really stopping me. But this has gone pretty well. I'm not completely sure what state it was in. I think those parts, the boat definitely wasn't here. I'm not sure about what bits of this were around. Yeah, it's been detailed a little more than I think I was going to, or would do normally. Putting in things like the buttons, using these trap doors like this, not something I usually do. It hasn't come out too badly though. It's first serious use of mango wood, obviously starting there, but moving on to the housing. One thing I did notice coming here just now was I have actually forgotten to do this. I had planned to do a mining facility pretty much directly over the main. There's a mine shaft down there, and this is marking the central area where the mine shaft starts to generate from. But unfortunately, with the boat now in place, it would be weird to put in a building that would basically occupy this whole space. I would have needed to, or would need to, extend the dock front this way and actually have the boat further down in order to fit it in. Even as it is, it's unusual. I can't imagine a boat this size being able to come in at an angle. So yeah, I may have to do something about that. I think just to, as I say, just extend the dock this way and use structure blocks to move the boat forward. And that would leave me free to do the original idea of the mining facility. I think maybe this was planning to be a lighthouse. Maybe some fortification combination. Could be either, obviously, as an alternative, but I'm not sure about bringing a shaft through to this area. I would need to experiment and find out whether there was an actual mine shaft that happened to go in the right direction. So I will have to do something about that. I mean, you can't leave it like that. That's no good. I think last week, actually, in the video, I was talking about actually not doing this section yet, and not going this far, but I think I may have to actually finish the whole loop before I move on. I mean, there are other things to do out in the desert and the beyond, but I have another project that I've been mentioning, and I think I want to get to it as sooner rather than later. So I'm kind of assessing how much longer I think this all might take. No, I actually still have a little bit of work I would like to do in here. I filled in this with water, so there's actually a connection now. I mean, the connection was already there, but obviously with the cave-in. But yeah, I've filled that with water up to water level. I'm thinking of, there's actually a pond here, a lake, that I can connect and drain into this. I'm not sure about doing the super connection here. I don't think it's necessary. But that other cave that's marked with the glowstone, that goes down to a mine shaft, I think. It's kind of cool. I like the way that it looks. Could do with some dressing up, maybe just to mark it. I'm trying to break the habit of feeling like I really need to develop every single piece of tunnel that I find. I've been down here, there's not very much to see. I want to make it clear that I've been down here, but I don't want to do it all up or anything like that, so just the remains of candles that once were used. And then obviously moved on to this. So most of these trees are replacing existing swamp trees. And continuing the pattern all the way down. There will be more of this, but out here. Although having said that, I could probably do with putting something in sooner. I need to, this is one of those occasions where I need to just ignore it. I'll come back in and remove the glowstone. I won't do anything with it, maybe mark that it's here, but it doesn't actually go anywhere. That was the thing, you see, there's only this one tunnel cutting across it, and they're both dead ends. It may have had more connections, but it obviously didn't generate into the river. So I'm just going to carry on the road. There probably will be something done here. I think it would suit the area to have it. These are all connected. There's another one behind that tree just there. This may be ruined. I do have a tree house that I could use, but I usually preserve the witch hut in some fashion. So I'm still a bit undecided on exactly what's going to be done with this. It could be ruined. This could be watching over it to make sure whatever was living here doesn't come back or re-emerge. This was just put up yesterday. It's mostly done. And then there's this guy. I may need to put some trapdoors under there, I think. Maybe convert some of this to wood. There'll be a couple of these. I'm going to bring down the walker from the north, put it maybe a little further out. Maybe just sit it here, perhaps. I may need to put in the stables as well. But that is what I've been doing for the last 2 weeks, and I will continue with possibly, most likely. I think I've got enough that I can do for another 2 weeks and be finished with this loop. And then there'll be brand new stuff in, as I say, in the desert and beyond, and eventually finally returning to the actual main region of Soren to add to it, which has been on the back burner for months at this point. I mean, I was literally working down here when I left to go build the Great Dane Reef, and when I came back, I started on the Morel, so, you know, it's been 4 or 5 months, actually, since I was originally at the point of I could have begun working on this, but, you know, not all I can do about it. Just, sometimes have to just go off and do something a little bit unplanned. But yeah, I shall say adieu and get on with something. Mhm.